Welcome back. Chinese-American author Amy Chua was a learned Yale Law School professor till she wrote Battle Hymn of the Tiger Mother, a family memoir of how Asian parents raised their children to excel in life. Her hilarious and heartbreaking account made her book an international bestseller of 2011. Here are excerpts from an interview she gave to NDTV Sunil Sethi at the Jaipur Lit Fest.
Joining me at the Jaipur Literature Festival, the famous Amy Chua, distinguished professor of law at Yale University, great academic writer, but who's also produced one of the all-time bestsellers on the New York Times list for most of last year. It's called Battle Hymn of the Tiger Mother, a highly personal, funny, heartbreaking account of parenting two American Chinese daughters in America. This great academic writer, professor of law, then you go into family history in the funniest, most bittersweet, agonized, sardonic way and tell the story of how you brought your two American Chinese daughters up and drove them virtually through driving ambition to the edge of madness. How did you switch subjects? And what was the trigger-off point?
I actually wrote this book in a moment of crisis, believe it or not, when my younger, rebellious daughter actually rebelled in a huge way at age 13. And that's why I started writing the book. You know, I wanted to raise my two kids the same way that my Chinese immigrant parents raised me, because as an adult, I look back and I think, I am so grateful for what they did. And I tried to do the same, and I had an easy kid and a very, very difficult kid. And that's how the book evolved.
Right. There is this whole theory about Asian culture, Asian parenting, the Asian way of life, particularly in the West, where Asian parents, Chinese, Indians, Koreans, really want their kids to be ambitious and to excel. Now, you did that with your daughters. And the reason why your story is so poignant is that you succeeded, but you also failed.
Yes. I also failed, and the book is about all the forces. You know, my parents were immigrants, and they had nothing, and they had a kind of authenticity. When my dad, I saw him work till 3 in the morning every day. He wore the same pair of shoes for 8 years. So when he said, I need straight A's, of course, I respected that. He earned it. I couldn't do the same with my kids. My second one is, why? What's, you know, so there are these forces, but I deeply believe in it. And for me, it's not so much about achievement. I wouldn't put it that way. I would say it's teaching your children that they are capable of so much more than they think, you know, and that if they don't give up, they can be anything they want in life. And I really do believe in that.
The book is both a confessional and a kind of collective family memoir, because it treads very, very tricky ground. That's why it's so brilliant and has had such an audience. My question is, what was your family's reaction and your own when you reread it or read portions of the book, because it's so close to the bone?
I'll tell you, writing this book brought my family together. You know, there were moments where Lulu, my daughter, said, that's what you were thinking when you said that? And I said, of course. What did you think I was thinking? Of course I was doing it for you. And there were moments where I understood how I came off to my daughters. You know, and it was a way of, in a way, understanding each other better. It never occurred to me that my daughters didn't realize I was doing it all for them and not just being mean, you know. So it was really very unifying for us.
Amy Chua, delightful to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.